Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Behind the Punish. Today we have another guest, Aisk. He's a tournament organizer. He's one of the most welcoming guy I've known in this Tekken community. He can explain a bit about himself much more.
Yeah, sure. As he said, I'm Aisk. I host weekly tournaments for Tekken 7, DBFC, Guilty Gear Strive, and I manage the SaltyEu community as a whole, where we have a lot of other tournaments. Unfortunately, I don't have a good YouTuber voice. I can't be. I guess I can. Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Aisk.
It is what it is, though. It is what it is. Not everyone is cut out for everything. Anyways, we'll get back into the interview quite a bit. Enjoy the intro. Now I'm going to ask the guest a multiple of questions, but here's the catch. This is going to be all done while fighting each other to make the overall experience a bit more exciting. Hello guys, we're back. So we're starting off with the first question. What made you want to start playing Tekken, like in the beginning?
Well, it's quite easy actually. I used to be a Street Fighter player, and if I gotta be honest, Street Fighter 5 release was kind of whack. So I thought, well, I did like Tekken when I was younger, so why not just start playing Tekken, right? That game, Tekken, was kind of popping off. I watched it at Evo as well, with Farsight, and I just thought, well, it looks fun, so why not try it?
I see. My story would have been like almost the same with you. Like I played it with my father, and it came out on PC, and I'm like, yo, why not just buy the game, And the rest is history. But afterwards, what made you switch into organizing events instead? Like what made you switch to doing that instead of just regularly playing Tekken?
Well, that came quite early, actually, earlier than you probably think. It's just kind of random. We started hosting a lot of locals, so Ori was kind of used to hosting from there. Like, we actually had Street Fighter 5 locals for a very long time before we had Tekken locals. And then I managed a subreddit, believe it or not. I was like a subreddit mod, and we had a lot of events going on because we wanted it to be like a very welcoming place for the FGC. So we had a lot of events going on for NA, but we had no events for EU. So I was like, man, I'll do some EU shit, and I'll play Tekken. So I'll host the Tekken events, and that's kind of where it started. So it's actually a Reddit thing. It was until it took a very long time until we actually got a Discord and everything going. I didn't even make the Discord. I didn't even like Discord. I was like, dude, Discord? We don't need a Discord, man.
Who uses this technology, man? Who uses this technology? How did you came up with SaltyEu? Like, what was the initial thought process and that?
That's also very easy actually, because the subreddit's name is actually r/salty. So it's just SaltyEu, right? It's just r/salty, but for Europeans.
Then how come there wasn't a salty NA? if like what you said, that you did a lot of events for NA.
I didn't do the NA events. It was another guy.
I see. Okay.
They were called like Salty Saturdays. They're actually still being hosted as well, but none of us have anything to do with the subreddit really anymore. I think I'm technically still a mod there, but I don't even use Reddit really nowadays. So.
So you're not.
Oh my god, dude.
You're not new to organizing events, and I've known you that you've also hosted offline events.
Yeah.
But what in general was your best experience as a tournament organizer, be it online or offline? What was like the most thing that brought you pride in organizing?
I think all the offline events, right? Like, online is one thing, and it's fun, and I love doing it, and it's nice seeing the online popping off and everything like that. But I think offline is way more fun and way more giving, because you can see all the people gathered like in one place, and having everything like that work. It's of course way more stressful offline as well, because you gotta have everything has to be perfect, otherwise it's actually there's real world people there, saying they have issues. So yeah, I think it just feels more giving doing offline in general.
I see.
I don't have a specific event or anything like that.
So because I've heard, for example, some TOs would say when they hear the crowd cheering, they would immediately feel the satisfaction of hosting a match. There isn't a particular thing. It's just you being there and being able to host such a thing is your pleasure to do it. I see.
Yeah, looking at people, seeing them have fun, being extremely stressed out, not really noticing the event happening because you're so stressed out the entire time. That's the best.
That's the best thing, yeah. Being stressed out. Everyone knows, partly almost everybody knows you about your online tournaments, SaltyEu, and what's the worst thing that you hate encountering when organizing such events?
Honestly, people who whine a lot. And that's pretty often, especially with Tekken, which is quite funny. Man, you're running into every back three, man.
I'm trying to dash block, but it's not able. I'm not able to do it.
See, actually, a lot of the time people will complain about connections or other stuff, and they won't read the rules, and they'll be in doubt. I'll be like, hey, I already lost the set 3-0, but it was kind of laggy, and that grinds my gears a little bit because it's a little bit annoying as a TO that you spend a lot of time planning, writing rules, and then people immediately ask hey, is it best? Is it's first to two? And it's literally the top thing in the rules, and you're just Jesus fuck Christ.
Come on, bro, come on. Just have 2 IQ.
People giving unsolicited, that's a hard word, bad advice, or people complaining about a lot of stuff that's kind of out of my hands, the netcode and stuff that. Of course, if you play from Malta, let's say that Malta to Denmark, it's gonna be unplayable. Unless I win. That's a given. I think with Tekken it's kind of weird. I think it depends a lot, but with the anime games like DBFC, people are just net pain. They know. they know it's trash. Yeah.
Yeah. It really depends on each type of game, to be honest. You can't really fault. I don't know how people can fault the tournament organizer just for having the game having bad netcode. It's something that baffles me, honestly.
It's mostly annoying when people they lose a game and they complain after the fact. You can complain during the game or right when you start and just not play it and say, hey, I want my connection tested. That's cool, right? But
yeah,
it's so annoying after, and they're oh man, it's so bullshit. Please.
At least complain before you do the actual match, yeah.
Yeah.
So we talked about things you hate about online tournaments. What things do you hate about offline tournaments? What makes you grind your gears about offline tournaments?
People who complain. Nah, but it's so annoying when it's oh, the monitor was laggy, the PS4 was laggy, blah,
things not like that. Yeah,
Jesus fucking Christ, man. All the monitors are the same usually, right? And
yeah.
And you'll have there won't really be issues with them for that's very, very rare for that to happen.
It depends because really, at home they don't really have a real 1MS monitor. So when they actually go to a tournament and see a real monitor how it should be, they see that the tournament monitor is lagging, not theirs is way much worse than it actually really is. So that I've had that experience before because I used to host tournaments and they would say your monitor is lagging so much, and I'm like, what do you play at home? I play on a 65-inch monitor, a 65-inch TV, and it's ridiculous how people can still criticize for having bad monitors in the tournaments. When they
Actually, a funny thing, I had an offline event, the last, the Geeks Gone Wild tournament we had with like 100 entrants. I'm not gonna mention names here, but one guy was like, for years, he was like, man, your event had such laggy monitors, blah, 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 complaining. I was like, no, it's like, they're really good. And then actually, it wasn't even that long ago. It was like a couple of weeks ago. He was like, man, I'm sorry. I just found out that PS4 is more like it than PC. It wasn't the monitor, it was PS4. And I was like, you fucking idiot. The guy been complaining for like 2 years about the event. It's like, god damn it.
it's the console that's bad, not the monitor.
Yeah. But also like, people complaining like, oh, this, stream setup is laggy, blah, blah, blah. And you learn of it after the fact, and they'll complain like behind your back, and they won't tell you.
Yeah, that's the worst thing when they don't.
That's like annoying, right? Like, because all those things, if there's any issues, I can fix them. We can get something. We can get a new console if you want. Whatever. All of that. So it's kind of annoying when people complain, but they don't tell me as well. Like, especially offline, because I feel like all those things are something that I can easily fix myself. Given the like that's why the TOs are there, right? Like, actually, usually there aren't any issues, but in case there are some, I'll have a look at them.
So we're generally talking about tournaments. Like, what would you change in a format? Like some people prefer round robin, some people prefer double elimination. What do you think is the best format for Tekken, at least in a tournament?
I think it's by far double elimination. I know round robin is more fun, but looking at it from like a TO perspective, right? If you want to have a big event, you can't have 700 people and do round robin, right?
Would you change? Would you? Sorry. Would you change the format instead of first to two to first to three instead, or?
No, I wouldn't. I think right now we have the best format possible for tournaments, right? Like, if I think about like with offline in mind, I think first to two, double LM makes the most sense. Just because it is just the easiest to do, or like the best to plan, right? Unless you plan to have like a 5-day event or something, which of course you can. And that would be dope. Somebody do it, but I'm not gonna be the hero that was the 700 round robin first to three tournament.
That would be actually insane, and it would take a long ass time. It would take a long ass time.
I think sometimes convenience definitely has something to say, and the format is, it is convenient. To a certain part, it is convenience that kind of decides it.
Talking about like tournaments and stuff and your experiences, would you say like the friends that you made over Tekken being one of your closest friends, like do you think that the Tekken community is really friendly?
Yeah, I've made some really good friends over Tekken for sure. Like, we usually go to a lot of offline events. We hang out with our friends, get maybe a hotel room together. It's very nice. Like, I really like going out drinking with my pals. At the, I think, Brussels Challenge 2 years ago, we stayed at Merku's house with Sam Ding, me and Farsai. Very fun. We just had beers, pajama party in the evening, good times.
Normal people stuff.
Normal people stuff.
I do agree as well with that statement. That I've made a couple of close friends through playing Tekken. Like it really has brought us a bit more closer, doing competing in tournaments. Apart from that, I feel like communicating with such a broad like perspective, because for example, I would take Maltese people don't generally have friends who are foreigners. They tend to stick with Maltese people as well. But through Tekken, I've made a lot of foreign friends, and I think thanks to TOs like yourself that help us communicate with each other. I think that's the whole beauty of the offline Tekken scene. Basically, I don't know if you agree.
Yeah. I think that's nice. I think for me personally, I've always had like a ton of friends from outside Denmark, so that's just like something that's very natural to me, I guess. But I think it's very nice, right? And I think having those offline events where you can meet up with your online friends is it's very nice. I really love at events like I actually like everything that's not the event. I like about the event the most. Like I like having like the after parties, of course, but also like the casual sets are way more fun, I think, than the tournament. Like I come definitely for the casual sets and hanging out more than I do for like the games.
So,
I didn't punish that. But yeah, I think that's way more fun in my opinion. It's just like, you know, hanging out with your friends, meeting up, having a good time, you know, going out, eating the local food as well. It's a big thing, right? Go out to dinner, have some of the locals show you a good place.
So what would you say was when you go to a tournament, what is the first thing that you come to mind that you want to go to first? Like, for example, when I generally go to a tournament, it's not for the tournament itself, it's more for the culture of the country. So what would be your purpose of going to a tournament apart from competing?
Seeing my friends, I think it's a big one. You know, of course, I would say I treat it like as a holiday that you also go to an event, right? So you go to a place that you want to visit, that, you know, has a nice surrounding area that you can, you know, chill out. Maybe even go visit some of the neighboring countries. So when we went to Celtic Throwdown, for instance, we actually went to London first, and then we just stayed in London, had a mini vacation, like 1 week, just chilled there.
No.
Oh, shit. So yeah, we just chilled there for like 1 week, and then we took a flight from London to Dublin for Celtic.
So last question, what would you say for those who are trying to start off at organizing events? What would be your tips at like starting?
Just do it, man. Like, first of all, I think don't expect too many people to join. Like, don't expect, even if you put like a decent amount of money in, don't expect like a lot of people to turn up at first. I think a lot of people, they expect it to be like more glamorous than it is in a way, you know, like they expect, a lot of people sign up, you know, I'll get a lot of clout. But honestly, it's the first thing the first thing you're gonna know is that it's a thankless job, man. You'll have people complaining constantly, you know. It's not always fun and games, you know. It's gonna be annoying. So I think that's like one thing. Like, it's hard work, right? It's not easy.
Would you say it was worth it to have gone through this like experience of organizing events?
Okay. Yeah, for sure. I think it's very nice. I really love doing it, right? That's why I keep doing it, and I do that much. But I think, yeah, for new people, it's just the most important thing is, if you really want to do it, is that you're like consistent. You know, you do it. You do like, maybe not every week, you don't have to, but like every second week, maybe you're consistent and you're well organized. Don't try to put too many matches on stream for like one tournament. That's always going to end poorly. That's one mistake I often see rookie TOs make, is that they'll try to, you know, oh, we'll stream the whole bracket. I will put like all of these guys on stream, and that's always a disaster. You'll end up like, you know, 16-person bracket. It takes like 4 hours for no reason. Think of the players, right? That's a good one. But yeah, also just know where you're going into, man. No one's gonna read the rules. That's just how it is.
Like I know this is going to be a bonus question, but what do you think is your end goal with organizing events, like or Tekken in general? Like, what's your end goal?
See, I'm kind of not weird, but like I don't really see myself as a Tekken organizer. I just see myself as a regular TO. Like I don't like if Tekken sucks, I'll drop it ASAP. I'll just do some other games. And like if I don't like Tekken anymore, I'm not gonna host it. That's another tip. If you don't like the game, don't host it because that's gonna be a fucking pain in the ass, right? So yeah, for me, end goal is definitely offline. I want to put on a really big, nice event offline.
Like, do you have a target of how many people, or that would
like
you make
the biggest
succeed?
in Europe, right? Not like the biggest, but like around the same number that the biggest tournaments in Europe get. So that's like between 500 and 700 people.
That would be.
So I wanna do an event like that.
I think that has been it. I hope you enjoyed the interview, guys, and do you if you want to catch Aisk live, he hosts tournaments on every week of every different game. I'll hand it over to him and he'll explain much more. Where can they find you?
Yeah, so I do tournaments 3 times a week on Twitch TV/BasedAisk. I do a DBFC every Friday at 7 CEST. I do Tekken 7, which most of you, I assume, will be interested in, at around 6 every Saturday CEST. And I do Guilty Gear Strive tournaments every Monday at 7 CEST.
Apart from that, do you want to my mid
Dude, you've been crushing me the entire set. Okay, shut
apart from that, do you want to advertise your Twitter or Twitch or YouTube?
It's like I have a YouTube that's SaltyEu. Otherwise, the rest is just BasedAisk on Twitch and so on.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
Apart from that, I think that's everything for me. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you like the content, and for me, oh my god, for me it's it's bye bye. See you guys.